Hey, it's Jeff Raymond Green Financial Group. Today we're going to talk about that ugly thing called inflation once again today. Stick around, we'll be right back. So I'm getting a lot of clients asking, hey Jeff, what's the deal with inflation? Well, let me explain to you today in what I think, in terms I think that you can understand what inflation is doing and how the Fed is couching this inflationary environment that we're in. The Fed is saying that this inflation is transitory. It's not transitory, I'm sorry. Saying that it's transitory is trying to say that it's temporary, that things will work themselves out. Well, here's what will work themselves out. I'll give the Fed this. The supply chain disruptions, which are causing an increase in prices, the disruptions in the supply chain are simply not allowing for certain goods and services to be delivered because they can't get certain parts and things to do what we need to do. So therefore, that increases the price of certain goods. The problem with the transitory part is that the Fed has dumped massive amounts of stimulus into our economy. In fact, our M2 money supply has increased by 30%. So that is a huge amount of dollars that have made it into our economy. So let me explain to you in a way that was taught to me, a very simple way of understanding how this inflationary environment is with us today. So let's say our economy consists of $10 and 10 apples. So each apple costs $1. Well, if you increase the money supply by 30%, which is what the Fed has done, you now have $13. That's an increase of 30% and still 10 apples. So those 10 apples now cost $1.30. So let's say that we reduce the amount of apples by 5. So now we only have 5 apples, right? And so now each apple, that's the supply chain disruption, by the way. So now each apple costs $2.60. So when the supply chain disruption gets corrected, we'll go back to having 10 apples, but we'll still have $13. So you'll still have each apple costing $1.30. So the supply chain disruption is one thing. The amount of stimulus that they brought into our economy is something entirely different. They're not going to take the money back. So that money's here to stay, which means inflation is here to stay for a little while.